Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel. The past few weeks have been so productive on our van's RV-7A build, and as you saw, we got our Stein order in and we are so excited. Since our last video, we have been able to complete a few different components on the wing. You'll see in this video the installation of the conduit for all of our wiring, our first encounter with Proseal, assembling and riveting our stall warner, prepping the Pitot Tube for installation, as well as some miscellaneous items on the wings. In our last video, Cliff spoke about the location where Vans recommends making the hole for your conduit.
And it goes through each rib in a precise location.
It's only fair that we share some of the audio torture that was drilling and routing the conduit through each of the ribs. That's enough of that. Here's what the conduit looks like when completed. We bought a few small cartridges of the Proseal, and we are about ready to put it on every single rib with the conduit. Reading the instructions, and we're going to start mixing it. Looks yummy. Even though we will have an angle of attack indicator, we decided to still install the stall warner on our left wing. The plan as of now is to disconnect the audio and hook it up to a light on our panel.
We are doing the stall warner system right now. So far what we have done is we just match drilled the inside bracket. This gets riveted in here and holds the actual little stall warner flopper. And we just did a pretty stressful cut to actually make the slot for the stall warner. We used a Dremel to get the rough line done, and then we filed it little by little. I think it turned out like it was punched from the factory. So we can't get the squeezer obviously inside of here because it's already done. Slow build wings, you usually do it before. So we have these close dimple dies basically. Goes in from the back, slides on, and we use the pop rivet gun to pull it in, and it makes a dimple. And voila, there we have our dimple.
The axis panel for the stall warner is another small project that you have to complete, match drilling, deburring, and dimpling the hatch doubler and riveting it to the wing. The weather was absolutely gorgeous last Sunday, and we decided to take a break from building to fly out for breakfast with some other pilots from the Bayport Aerodrome. We went to West Hampton Airport to a cafe that has, in my opinion, the best Eggs Benedict. Come take a break with us.
Sure. All right, we are back in the basement working on the Pitot Tube mount.
All right, tell us what you did.
We went with the Dynon mount. We first mounted the template on. Here I am in the background making it nice and straight while Janie shows you the Pitot Tube mount. Measuring to make sure it's straight before we started cutting it.
What's the allowed angle?
Plus or minus 5 degrees. So here's supposed to be a minimum of 8 inches. We did like 8.5 and 9.5 inches. Flared the ends. Voila, it looks good. And those are our connections. Alright, today is an exciting day for the Pitot system. So we got ram air and AOA and our wire. We're running the ground all the way back to the fuselage and then our power. They're twisted. Idea is to have no interference. So we're gonna run them through the snap bushings we put in, and that's a big step towards the Pitot Tube.
There are 2 bottom skins that you have to prep and rivet onto the wings. I am removing this blue protective film the hard way in this video, and I learned a much easier technique for the second skin. So let's cut to that one. The last time I removed this, it was pretty brutal. I read online that you can remove it a little easier with like a broom handle or something similar. So we're gonna tape it to this and we're gonna try peeling it up and see how that works. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Beyond that, as usual, the prep involved deburring and dimpling. We also got to use the C-frame dimpling tool that we got from Cleveland Tools for the first time in the project, which was definitely fun. We have test fitted and adjusted the bottom skin for the left wing so many times and have learned a few tricks to lining the holes up. We will share more details for that in the next video when we rivet it onto the wing. Alright, we have a really fun task tonight. We're going to be drilling and tapping out our tie-down hole. So first, we're going to drill it out with the 5/16 bit, and then we're going to tap it. Let's go. So we are tapping out our hole. It's a 3/16, and we have to tap about 1 inch. And the trick is to go slowly, and every half turn or so, back it out till you get that noise.
Here is our wiring harness from Stein for the autopilot and the GMU11. So in order to run it through the conduit, we had to pull off the GMU11 end and the end that goes to the fuselage. So here we are pulling the pins out of the D-sub connectors. Finally, we've been waiting for this for a while. We're starting at the autopilot servo and we're running one out to the wingtip. And here is the one running into the root of the wing. Before we put the connectors back on, just wanted to test all the wires, make sure that the correct wire was going to the correct pin in the plugs. And this was kind of a fun part. We permanently installed the autopilot servo. All the linkage still has to be fine-tuned in the end, and I'm sure it'll come out again at some point. We also completed the flap hinge pin, so at this point the flaps are totally done. We went with a method that some people suggested online. It's nice that it secures it with a screw, so it's not coming out. You're not going to lose the flaps in flight. Alright, at this point we are really excited for the next video. We are finishing prepping the bottom skins. We're going to be priming them, doing the final fit, vacuuming out the wing of the plane, blowing it out to get all the metal shavings out, and then we are going to start riveting these bottom skins on. Stay tuned.
What are you using?
Just an acid etch. No, it's mineral spirit, so we want to get all the fingerprints off. Janie's got some greasy mitts.
Thanks.
So
ooh, look at that difference.
This is when we decide we want to polish it, isn't it?